There will be hyperprolactinemia, and in ultrasonography you will find multiple peripherally arranged follicles of more than size between 2 to 9 mm, and these are more. Good morning everyone. I am Dr. Zeenat Parveen from Gyneka City Hospital, Dhanbad. Today we will talk about polycystic ovarian syndrome. The diagnosis of polycystic ovarian syndrome is based on ASRM criteria, which includes any two of the following conditions: anovulation or oligomenorrhea, hyperandrogenism, or polycystic ovaries. The incidence of polycystic ovary syndrome. It generally affects the woman between 15 to 44 years of age, that is between the reproductive age woman. The incidence is 0.5 to 4% of the women. The patient presents with the clinical features of menstrual abnormalities such as scanty or oligomenorrhea, scanty menses or oligomenorrhea. Sometimes she may also present with amenorrhea or DUB. Obesity, hirsutism, acne, these are the other clinical features with which a patient will present of polycystic ovary syndrome. What are the investigations which a patient need to be done in PCOS? These include some lab tests such as the hormonal assays, including serum LH-FSH levels, serum androgen level, prolactin, and ultrasonography. The LH level will be raised, LH-FSH ratio will be deranged, in which it is generally more than 2:1. There will be hyperandrogenism, in which the serum testosterone level will be raised, THEA level will be raised. There will be hyperprolactinemia, and in ultrasonography you will find multiple peripherally arranged follicles of more than size between 2 to 9 mm, and these are more than equal to 12 in number. Now we will speak about the treatment of polycystic ovary syndrome. The treatment is the most important thing which you have to keep in mind is lifestyle modification and weight reduction. The BMI of the patient should be kept below 25, and she has to avoid the junk food and fatty foods. These need to be avoided. The next is medical management. The medical management of PCOS depends on whether fertility is desired or fertility is not desired. If fertility is not desired, then you have to start with oral contraceptive pills can be given, or combination pills of ethinyl estradiol and cyproterone acetate can be given. Here the cyproterone acetate will act as anti-androgen, and it will reduce the features which were coming due to hyperandrogenism such as hirsutism and virilism. These will be reduced. And other insulin sensitizing drugs such as metformin are also given in PCOS management. If a patient is now coming to the next part of treatment, if the patient is desirous of having children, if fertility is required, in such cases OC pills are not given. We have to give cyclical progesterone starting from day 16 to day 25, and insulin sensitizers are given. Apart from these, ovulation induction is to be done with either clomiphene citrate or letrozole. Now next is what are the late sequelae of PCOS. The late sequelae of PCOS includes diabetes mellitus, which affects generally 15% of the patients, hypertension, cardiovascular diseases, and hyperlipidemia, and apart from these, obstructive sleep apnea can also occur. Thank you.